Hello people, it's Nick here. We're on the ZX Spectrum and looking at a bit of a Space Invaders clone, with which there are many. This one is Base Invaders, published by Workforce in 1983, so it's a very early game. For those people that don't know, which I'm sure you do, Space Invaders was a popular arcade game by Taito, which came out way back in 1978. This game has 3 speeds, 0, 1 or 2. We'll do 0 most of the time, but occasionally I'll surprise you by pressing 2, see if you can guess which time. So, we've got this yellow small ship, we hide behind, well, we try to hide behind these green shields, but most of the time they're a bit in the way. We've got a shield we can deploy, but that's a bit of a waste of time. Just concentrate on shooting everything that you can. Occasionally a UFO will go across the top. If we shoot that, we get mega points. So, yeah, so quite a basic game this, programmed in basic. You get 3 lives and then you're doomed. I find that if you shoot these bases out the way, it becomes a little bit easier to avoid the enemy firing at you. You'll notice when you do shoot the aliens, a bit of them disappears and then the rest of them will, and we're dead. If you want to compare this with other Spectrum games, Space Invaders games, there's Astro Blaster, Space Raiders, which is probably my favourite of the Space Invaders clones, Galaxian and Galaxians. They're the ones we've covered so far. The other ones are a bit more advanced and scrolling, Mooncrester, Terra Cresta and the like. And then you've got your asteroid clones like Planetoids, Meteor Storm and a few other ones too. Right, hopefully I'll get a bit better. Now, if you stay where you are, you can shoot the aliens' guns out of the sky, their fire. But you've got a very tiny ship, which makes the screen seem a little bit bigger, which I suppose is good. I think I'm gradually getting worse at this. I want to at least clear one screen of aliens. Once you've done that, they will just reappear again, going over and over until you're dead. They do look quite nice, don't they, these aliens? Got nice varied colours. I don't know any pokes of this game, but I'm sure there are some. Right, I'll put it on super speed. No, yes, this is the real speed it's playing at. Look at it go! I might be better at this. 1 gone. Come on, let's take... Oh, 2 got... Oh, 3 gone. It's a bit unfair sometimes. You can lose 2 lives in short succession. Speed 2 is not really for me. Speed 1... Right, I've got nowhere near destroying a whole screen of people yet. I'm sure I can do it. Right, we'll do speed 0. This is all on the keys, this. There's no joystick configuration, no way to redefine the keys. Right, let's hide behind here for a bit. But just concentrate on the things coming at you, I think. And then just shoot all the time. UFO there, we haven't got that. Looking like a big trifle. Custard trifle. If the aliens get to the bottom of the screen, that you're dead. If you lose 3 lives, you're dead. If your house collapses while you're playing the game, then you're probably dead. Let's hope that doesn't happen during this review. So yeah, do check out my review, in particular Space Raiders. See what you think compared to this. As I say, there's hundreds and hundreds of Space Invaders clones, which I don't think we'll be covering all of them, but we'll cover the occasional one, because they are pretty similar. This one's got the smallest ship that I'm aware of, I've come across so far. And Galaxians, or maybe both of them, the aliens will come at you as well, rather than going neat horizontal rows. Right, we're lasting a bit longer this time. We need to take out those white ones. Pew pew. So, in 1983, I think I would have liked having this game as a kid. Didn't own it back in the day, but I would have been quite impressed. Would have spent quite a bit of time on it. Oh, let's get that UFO. Go. Right, let's take out these jobbies. Go. Boop, boop. It makes a nice sound when you destroy the UFO. Hopefully we do. Right, not many left now. Oh, I think we've got this mob, haven't we? 3 left. 1 left. Got it. And as you can see, the aliens just turn up again as if nothing has happened. Oh, those crazy fools. Those crazy fools. Is that me dead again? He's dead again. But I did get rid of 1 lot of aliens. Nice screen flash in there as we go from one to the other. As you can see, if you press P, you can activate a shield. But, you know, you might as well just hide behind the green things or get out of the way. As soon as you start looking down, messing about with your shield, I think you're losing it. Just move about. Avoid stuff. Shields are for wimps. That's what they say in Star Trek, isn't it? I'm sure Spock said it a few times. Captain Kirk said to him, "Shields up!" And Spock turned to him and said, "Shields are for wimps, Captain." And he was made to look a bit of a twit in front of the whole bridge crew. I don't know what episode that was. You might have to research it and tell me. Right. Yeah. I think it was Kirk flies again or something like that. Or a logical captain. Ow, kaboom. Oh, see, I've lost 2 lives quite quickly there, and that's what can happen. So my tips to you are blow up the green bits in front of you, because they're just in the way, and then take out everyone. That's it, and don't die. That's always a good tip. Always a great tip. We'll have a few more goes on this, or maybe a couple more goes, and then we'll call it a day. Maybe put it on super fast mode again. See if I've learned anything from super fast mode the last time. Have you made a Space Invaders game? One Space Invaders game I have to give a mention, but you can't compare it to this, is Super Crap Invaders. Yes, I know. It's a homebrew, which I have reviewed. It's a combination of Jet Set Willy and Space Invaders. Yeah, I know your brain can't compute it. Well, click on the review and then you'll know. It's on the channel under Spectrum. Right, here we go. Blast it. I like to blast it, blasted. I like to blast it, blasted. Blast it. If you're a budding space cadet and you've got Spectrum or emulation, then this is the closest you're going to get for the time being. I don't think Han Solo practiced on this, or any of that Star Trek bridge crew. You know, that bridge crew I mentioned earlier that laughed at Captain Kirk for being such a wussy. Come on! The ship can only go left and right, you can't go forward up the screen. You know. A good modern day, well, I suppose it isn't modern day now, but a good Space Invaders game that I played a while back on the PlayStation 3 and reviewed was Space Invaders Infinity Gene. That takes the whole thing to 3D, and there's some quite cool ender level bosses on that one. So check that one out as well. Beep, 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 beep. Next N, go to N. Or something like that. Beep. Shall we have one more go? I think we should. 0, 1 or 2. I mean, speed 0, that means they wouldn't move. Would it be? Well, they're going to move this time. Here we go, we're speed 2. I feel the need for speed. How's it going this fast? Well, it is. This is 1983, folks. 1983. You're in space, and this is what it's all about. Who was around? Blake Seven was around, I think, and Doctor Who. It was Pertwee or Baker. And then you had this as well. So you'd watch that, and then get into playing this. Buck Rogers in the 25th century. That might have been around at this time as well. Okay, Buck. Shoot everyone. He was good. I think, what was his name? Twiggy or Twinkie? That's great, Buck. Yeah, and other stuff. Bring that back. This is the bit where someone says it's already come back. But you bring that robot back in a show of his own. Wild. What else did he used to say? Give me some Twiggy quotes or Twinkie quotes, whatever he's called. Right, let's just concentrate on shooting aliens for the time being. No questions asked. They're shooting at us, so we're going to shoot at them. Those red aliens look a little bit, although not identical, to those spiders in Horace and the Spiders. They could be relations. Well, I suppose the only similarity is they're red. Where those blue ones come from? Well, they've just not been observant for a while. Right, okay. Come on. I think we might have this mob again. Oh dear. Never get overconfident. So there we go. It went beep. We shot the UFO at the top there. You might have noticed. That's the mothership feeding all these down. But there's no way to beat Space Invaders. It will just keep going and going and going. Fleet after fleet after fleet. A bit like that film Zulu, where there was only like a handful of guards at the garrison. The Zulus kept coming and coming and coming. And in the end, they was all overthrown. Zulu. Cracking film starring Michael Caine. Good old Michael Caine. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. And there's a Zulu. Yes, and that's my terrible impression. As that UFO gets blown up, one left. Will we get more Zulus? Or will it be the end? We've victorious? No, they've turned up in another fleet and we got no bases to hide behind, and it's game over almost. It's all about getting the high score. So your descendants can remember it and then play the same old thing over and over and over and over again. But this is the best go so far, so it's... Oh no! Lost 2 lives in literally no seconds at all there. Okay, I hope you liked having a look at that one. Basic as it was okay, but I prefer Space Raiders. That was Base Invaders, published by Workforce in 1983. Got any comments about this game, Space Invaders in general, or other retro gaming or Spectrum things, you're more than welcome to put that below. It's all about discussion, it's all hopefully nice and friendly here. Until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye!
Goodbye!